Good morning. Well, today is the day we go swimming with the Whalesharks. Between me and you, I am absolutely scared to death. I feel sick. It's probably excitement, being scared, the unknown. Anyway, it's we had about 35 mil of rain overnight, so as far as we know, the tour is going ahead, so we have to meet at 22:08. I'm assuming at the gate because no one actually told us where to meet. So when we get picked up, it's all day trip. Come back at about 3:30, I think, in the afternoon. So yeah. Anyway, we'll show you more when we get out there. It's just a shame that it's not a nice day because I don't think you're going to see the beauty of the Ningaloo Reef. But, you know, it is what it is, so we can't change it. Can't change the weather. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that because it's a yucky day, the oceans will be flat. I started my seasick medication last night, so fingers crossed that kicks in. Anyway, better finish getting ready because I'll be here shortly, so we'll take you along our journey. Definitely not a nice day to go swimming with the Whalesharks.
We're going to get this morning snorkel out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it stays up now.
Get off the roads as much as possible. Try and get on the...
Back onto the bus because we don't know if the pilot in the plane can take off. So you'll see Bern is like the beacon of light. To scare everything away, I think. Anyway, back on the bus until we find out if we go or not. Well, guess what? It was cancelled. They tried their hardest, but the weather just wasn't in favour of getting the
Spotter planes.
Yep, the spotter planes up, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, so there was a lot of pissed off people, but mate, it is what it is, can't change it. They've got to make sure their staff are safe as well, so it just sucks for me because I psyched myself up this morning to the point where I was nearly making myself sick, but...
There's no use going out there. We could have still went snorkeling and possibly see some manta rays and whatever, but yeah, it's a bit like the whale watching in Harvey. You know, they send up planes to spot the whales and yeah.
Anyway, they get back to us, we get a full refund, but they will try everything in their power to try and get us on another one. But unfortunately, well, we've booked this, oh God, 2 months in advance.
At least 2 months.
Probably more, 2.5 months in advance. And they're all full, so, and all of the ones that are supposed to go out today, I'm assuming will probably all be cancelled anyway, so my name was first on the list, so hopefully they contact us first, but even if we can get Bern on to go by himself.
The good thing is a lot of those people are leaving, like it's not as if, like a lot of people come here especially for it, so it's not as if they've got to fit 20 or 30 people on. So.
And we just extended our stay another 4 days on the Ningaloo, so anyway, we might go to the brewery today and just spend the day there, drown our sorrows.
Yeah, Whalebone Brewery, want to go there?
Sure. I think there's a couple. There's one that's got a gin and vodka.
Is it?
Dream loves vodka, so yeah, maybe.
Righto.
Anyway.
Have to twist my arm.
Fingers crossed it stops raining anyway, so it's just a yucky day. It's just a yucky day, but anyway. Or we'll go back to bed and watch a movie.
No.
No, we'll go to the brewery. Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry, you won't be able to see the Whalesharks. Not this time anyway. This lighthouse is about 15 minutes north of town, and it's not in the Cape Range National Park, so you do not need a pass to go up there, a park pass, but you get some awesome views of the Indian Ocean. So the lighthouse is actually quite rich in history, but I did learn that the lighthouse was built in response to the dangerous coastlines in the area and the wreck of the SS Mildura, which we will see a little bit later today. Located approximately 11 kilometres north of Exmouth is this huge array of 13 towers in an area of approximately 2 kilometres. These towers are also known as the VLF towers. It stands for Very Low Frequency Towers, and it was a vital part of the long-range communication system of the US Navy. And the base was set up in Exmouth in 1963. The towers at the time were the highest man-made structures in the Southern Hemisphere. The 13 towers, built in 1964, supported the massive antenna for transmitters and receivers needed to communicate with far-ranging US submarines. The web of antennas is approximately 2 kilometres in diameter and could be described as a large spider web of wire. Underneath the web is approximately 350,000 metres, yes, 350,000 metres of copper wire buried in the ground. The power plant located in the area was one of the biggest operated by the US Navy, with the capacity to create enough electricity for a small city. In 1967, an electric navigation light was fixed to the central tower, which is called Tower Zero, at 388 metres high, which made the nearby lighthouse that we just were obsolete. When you think Exmouth and the Ningaloo coast, you don't really think that it looks like this. But honest to God, it doesn't matter which way you look, it is all stunning. What not to do at Ningaloo Reef? So this is the SS Mildura. It was a cattle ship on its way from the Kimberley when it got lost in a cyclone in 1907. It was 2,217-ton steel steamer built in Glasgow, Scotland in 1901. The Mildura was wrecked on the 10th of March 1907 when it clipped the northwest reef. The crew was rescued, but unfortunately all of the cattle on board were left to die. Salvaged timber and iron from the Mildura were used in the renovations at Yardie Homestead, which is where we're staying. The hull sat on the reef until World War II, when it was used for bombing practice. Mate, there is heaps of shells and stones and rocks on this beach. Yeah, amazing.
You know, and then I suppose
They actually sell their own vodka here, which is Ningaloo vodka, which is, honest to God, some of the nicest vodka I think I have ever had. So of course we had to buy a bottle. Good morning. Today is take 2 of our whale shark swim. It is blowing an absolute gale. It is freezing cold, but the sun is shining, so I am very, very, very nervous. Very nervous. I had an awful sleep. I'm petrified, actually. Anyway, I'll get out there. I haven't snorkeled for a very long time. So we go to the inner reef first, so hopefully it's nice and calm and I can just, get used to it, and then, yeah, we'll see how we go. Hopefully I don't chicken out, but yeah, I'm petrified. Anyway, we'll show you more on the way. Fingers crossed we get to go today. So we actually are going with a different company. It's $25 more, unfortunately, but something Bern really, really wanted to do. So once in a lifetime thing, really. May not be a once in a lifetime thing for me, but at least I'll go out on the boat and give it a crack. We started our seasickness pills last night because we spoke to some people that we know from Canberra, and they said a lot of people got seasick. I get seasick anyway, but yeah, a lot of people got seasick when they went 2 days ago. So yeah, so we get picked up at 7:30 at Yardie Homestead. I think they pick up at 7 o'clock in town, so 7:30 out here because we're not very far from the boat ramp. So yeah, we'll take you along the journey. Fingers crossed I don't get seasick. Fingers crossed I don't get too scared and won't get in the water. So we'll have to wait and see for that one. Anyway, let's go. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Oh, cold.
Excited?
I am.
Nervous?
A little bit.
One thing we do have to do though is wear a wetsuit. I've never worn a wetsuit in my life, so I'm just hoping any other creature that's out in the water doesn't think I'm a bloody big, not a seal. What's the big ones?
Walrus.
big fat walrus, because that's probably what I'll look like in a bloody wetsuit. Ew. Thankfully, everyone's got to wear them. So.
That's it.
And I'm a mature age woman, so that's
are.
had 2 children. So anyway, we'll wait and see, I suppose. Looks like we're cleared to go. Ah, I'm scared. Every year, the world's biggest fish, the whale shark, decides to treat the waters off Exmouth like an all-you-can-eat buffet. It all starts in March when the coral at the Ningaloo Reef has a romantic spawning moment. This creates a nutrient-heavy soup that rises up from the deep, and because whale sharks aren't exactly known for their cardio, they also show up as a massive group to vacuum up these easy snacks drifting up near the surface. Even though these guys can grow up to 15 metres long with a mouth wide enough to swallow a sofa, you're generally safe. They are the ultimate gentle giants, slow, chill and remarkably unfazed by humans flapping around near them in their snorkeling gear. They're basically an oversized underwater equivalent to a golden retriever that just wants to nap and snack. Well, we have just finished our whale shark swim. We left at 7:30 this morning and we got back about half past two, something like that. Yeah, they are amazing creatures. The smallest one we saw was about 3.5, 4 meters, and the big one, the last one that we actually saw, was nearly 7 meters. They're massive, but so gentle. Like, for big creatures in the deep blue ocean, they are very gentle creatures. They swim nice and slowly. Massive mouths, huge. But it is not for the faint-hearted. If you are not a strong swimmer, which is me, you will struggle on days like we had today, because the swell was about 1.5, 2 meters. In the videos, it does not look like it's anything, but mate, she was, yeah, amazing. I only did one swim. Myself and another lady went in early. There's lots of different hand signals and stuff, and I got scared. Pretty much I was scared. I'm not a strong swimmer, and that is a big ocean and deep and rough, and I gave it a crack. I wasn't going to do it. After our first one got cancelled, I said to the lady, just give me a full refund and just book Bernie on. And she kept saying, well, you know, what is it you're actually afraid of? And I said, the unknown, the deep, the ocean, the blah blah blah. Anyway, the tour guides on there, or the instructors, they were really good, because a lot of people towards the end, because pretty much you are on the back of the boat, you're in two groups. Well, our boat was, you're in two groups. First group would get ready, and then someone would say, group 1, go, 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 and then they got to get in, and then we'll drive a little bit further up. Group 2, get ready, and you've got to get everything ready, and then go, 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 and you're jumping off the boat, off the back of the boat, in the bloody ocean with the 2-meter swell. And for those that are petrified of drowning and are not a strong swimmer, yeah, it's quite daunting. But yeah, and like I said, by the end of it, there are a lot of people that needed help. They were taking noodles out. Some of the instructors were pulling them in. Even Bernie struggled to get back up onto the boat, because you had to actually, from the water, sort of put your arms down like this and pull yourself up. Mate, I couldn't even reach. I couldn't even reach the back of the boat, so there was not a chance I could do that. Anyway, but yeah, so thankfully I got the ladder. But yeah, do you know what? I gave it a crack. I was scared to death. Like I kept making excuses up to Bernie when we put the wetsuit on, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I can do this. He's like, you'll be right, babe. Oh, I won't be able to pull myself back up, because they didn't tell us there was a ladder actually. So I won't be able to pull myself back up. He's like, babe, I'll go in first. If I'm not there, ask for help with the young guy. And I'm like, oh, excuse. Anyway, they got group 2, go, get ready. So I went down and I sat on the little stool thing at the back of the boat, put my flippers on, got my noodle, and then they're like, group 2, go, 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 and I jumped in, and I could feel, I forgot to put my snorkel in for one. Bernie's like, put your snorkel in just before I jumped, but I could hear, like, my breathing was not normal. Yeah, it was not for me, but do you know what? I were well and truly out of my comfort zone, and I'd done it. Would I do it again? If it was a glass out, like a mill pond, maybe, because parts of it you could actually see the ocean floor. I mean, it was 5 meters down, but you could see it. Visibility was brilliant. But would I do it again? Probably not. I've done it once. I don't know if Bern would do it again. He got a little bit seasick actual swimming in the ocean, so it was pretty bad, yeah. But all in all, like I said, it was a once in a lifetime experience. I've experienced it, probably wouldn't do it again. But yeah, ours cost $575, so it was more than what the one originally cost that we were going to go on. But you get a video, you get lunch, you get morning tea. Like I said, it's very well done. Just the boat trip out on the reef is pretty cool. So yeah, if you're in Exmouth, give it a crack. But yeah, that's probably it for Trina, for sure. I hope you enjoyed our Swimming with the Whalesharks episode on the Ningaloo. Don't forget to watch next time. Thanks for watching.